Hi, and welcome to segment 2 of 40 Years of Therapist. This segment, I'm going to talk a little bit about activities for kids. I'm going to talk about typical kids and also kids that I work with in my practice. And the practice is made up of, and has been for a number of years, kids on who have sensory processing issues, disorder, ADHD, kids on the autism spectrum, and one of the things that parents all the time want to, like, what activities can I get my child into? And I'm a big fan of kids that I see being with typical peers and whatnot, and being able to interact with them. I'm also a proud dad of these three guys, and these three guys, our three sons, have given me the opportunity that I got to coach basketball, baseball, football. I did that with all three of them, with our friends and things like this. So I'm coming with a little bit of different perspective as far as a therapist and also a recreational coach. And one thing I can tell you, if your child has ADHD, it's not a good idea to sign them up for T-ball. And I want to let everybody know that neurologically, the nervous system, a 7-year-old nervous system, a 6-year-old nervous system cannot throw another ball to a 6-year-old nervous system where they're going to play catch together. If that happens, that's great. That's very low propensity, kind of thing. And if you're listening to me, I would say, from a social perspective, it's great to be involved, like where it's little kids soccer, kids are kicking the ball around and things like this. But if you're a little bit competitive or whatnot, and your child has ADHD or has a sensory processing disorder or is on the autism spectrum, we're gonna stay away from the balls. We're gonna stay away from the balls until that nervous system is about 7 or 8. And when that nervous system is 7 and 8, there's a better chance that it'll have more success with the balls. In the meantime, we're not gonna wait till they're 7 and 8. I'm a big fan of swimming, a big fan of karate, a big fan of gymnastics, jujitsu, dance. I have kids doing parkour. I have kids rock climbing. I have a lot of kids riding bikes where they're not supposed to ride bikes at, kind of thing. And I feel personally, for your best time as a parent, time spent would be having your child who does have sensory issues or processing issues or attention issues or spectrum issues, is doing an activity that they don't necessarily have a ball in their hand. Running is a good thing. Hiking is a great thing. We live in Colorado, getting outside, being the master of everything on the jungle, outside on the jungle gym at school and things like this, way more important than signing up for little kid basketball. Don't ever sign your kid up for basketball, by the way. Even if your child doesn't, even if he's like these guys, because I did that one time with 6 years old, and it's awful. The sound, just the awful play. There's nothing, I didn't see any redeemable values of anybody learning anything about a sport other than kids yelling at each other and taking the ball from the players on their own team. So to wrap this up, I would say, hey, I really believe in kids getting together with other kids and whatnot. But the level, if you got these kids up here, and then my kids are using my therapy kids are down here, like the disparity is pretty great. And even my kids know that they can't compete and hear things like this. However, if my guys are doing something a little more individual, they're doing karate, they're doing gymnastics, they're doing dance, they're doing swim, we don't have that kind of social awkwardness. Plus the fact, as a parent, watching when everybody else is playing soccer, their kid is sitting there picking up the grass and not participating. It's really hard for the parent. And then it's also, I think, really challenging for coaches, because a lot of these coaches, they're just regular people, moms and dads, they're not used to having, it's like a birthday party when you get 12 kids. I had 15 kids on a T-ball team one time. It was quite interesting. I used all my therapy skills though, and I demanded all my parents to have an active role, but I had a job and I had self-esteem to tell people you cannot not show up. You can't drop your kid off 5 years old with an aluminum bat while 14 other kids are standing around. So anyhow, I hope this makes sense. Love your kids, be active, but if we're going to choose a sport, we're going to choose something that is a little bit, I will call it, ballless. That's such a word. Toe like 7 or 8, and guarantee it, it's going to help them and you so much in the long run. So have a good day, and thank you for listening.